Happy 1,000 subscribers, Aries. Thank you very much for viewing my videos. We have finally reached 1,000 subscribers, and that is all to you. I don't remind people to like, share, and subscribe like most YouTubers. I don't pay for advertising. I don't buy my subscribers. Excuse me. So that's all 100% you guys, and I'd like to thank you. Also, thank you for commenting, and thank you for keeping the comments positive. I know that can be hard when we get a reading that's not so positive. A few quick announcements. I'm going to change the way I do my private readings. I do private readings still. You can email me down below. But I'm not going to go by the minute anymore. I tried that out. I didn't like it. I'm going to go back to the way I used to do it, which is by card count. Because I feel that, like, trying to limit a reading to a specific, number of minutes, just because that's what someone paid for, I just don't think that that's really giving a good reading. I don't think it's fair. I just like to read until the message is fully out and not worry about how long or not it takes. So especially because, I don't know how long the reading's going to take until I lay the cards out, and even then sometimes I don't know. So I just think it's more fair and you get more from it if I'm just more focused on the reading. With that being said, you can get 3 cards for $15, 6 cards for $25, and excuse me, a full 10 cards for $35. I think those prices are more than fair and affordable, which is how I like to keep it, because when someone gets a private reading, it's always because they're worried about something, or they're they're looking for help or guidance, and I don't think that excuse me, someone should be turned away just because they can't afford something. And if in the end you still can't afford it, well, I hope these private readings, do help. That's, why I do them. Also, with that being said, after payment is made, it only takes 1 to 2 business days to get your reading. Usually only 1 business day. But, I always say 1 to 2 just in case. Just in case my life gets really busy all of a sudden. But, so again, and I think that's a pretty fast turnaround time. And I only use PayPal, so if PayPal is not an option for you for whatever reason, then unfortunately I don't think I'll be able to do a reading for you as of yet. But enough of that. I am using this deck again. There was some confusion. Some people seem to think that this wasn't a full deck and that I was reading cards wrong, but I'm not. This is a full tarot deck. My friend made it for me. There are duplicates of cards in here, but they are marked for the major arcana. So again, it is a full deck. But okay, so let's see. We have the 5 of Swords for the beginning of spring. So I don't know if you and your partner will maybe be arguing a little bit. Or maybe whoever who you're trying to be with, or maybe you're arguing about them. It may not necessarily be with them. The 5 of Swords is all about standing your ground, though, and it reminds you to stand your ground and to stay firm in what you believe in and for your side of the argument, because you will come out on top. It may be at whatever cost. Some people may walk away from you, but if you definitely stand your ground. This can also go, though, since it's a sword card, it can also be like conflict within yourself. So like debating back and forth and arguing like, which way do I want to go? What do I want to do? Trying to make a decision. Excuse me. It can also go that way as well. We have a Jack, and I view Jacks as both knights and pages for this, because to me they're almost one and the same. Pages are messages and knights to me are movement, so depending on the situation. So there will be a lot of talking back and forth with someone, I think. I think for the majority of you, this is going to be not internal, but more with someone else. Maybe with your lover, maybe with someone else, maybe with someone about your lover, or who you're in, you want to be with. And unfortunately, it probably will be a lot of bickering and arguing, because the Page of Swords usually is, you know, confrontation, I guess, and the Knight of Swords is always about rushing in and just going with what you want and being really aggressive, like, well, no, I want it this way, and just, going ahead. So, um, I'm not sure what the arguments would be about, but, at the end of the day, it is only a 5. It's not, it's not a higher number, so it is a small issue. It's not the Tower or something like that, so this will pass. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. So, and the 7 is all about waiting, waiting for what you've, planted to cultivate. So, you have this conflict. There's lots of maybe bickering back and forth, but then you end it more on a peaceful note, which is always good. Okay, you're ending it, waiting maybe to see what their move is, waiting to see, if you guys finally do come to a decision together, waiting to see what then comes of it. Maybe you're arguing about this. Maybe you guys have both been waiting for whatever it is you've planted, and you're bickering over whether or not it will come to fruition. But again, standing your ground, you'll get your way, kind of a thing. Even if people have to leave, but and then this card also says that it is coming. You just, you did plant those seeds. They are growing. You just have to wait for it. So, patience, I guess, is a virtue. Also, another thing I'd like to add is, we start with a 5 and we end with a 7, so it is a forward progression. That's always good. You're leaving this, arguments behind. So, that's one thing to look at. The end of spring, I guess, will be calmer than the beginning. Definitely. So I would just focus on the fact that, whatever you guys are waiting for, maybe arguing over it, it will happen just in due time. But I hope you enjoy your spring.